Hey everybody, welcome to Weight Loss for Women Over 40 podcast. I am your host, Nikki T, and I am the person to call when you want to lose weight for the last time. So today's episode is called So You Want to Lose Weight? Try This. What I'm going to be talking about on this episode is something that gave me so much traction in my life when I started implementing this on a daily basis. So if you have been following me for any length of time, that you know the best way to lose weight and to make sure you are set up for success is all about your mindset. And you can learn exactly how to do this inside my group program or my private coaching. But I wanted to give you some additional layers of my mindset method on this podcast so you can really understand why it works so darn good. And I have clients inside the Jumpstart group losing 17 pounds when the goal really of the Jumpstart is only to lose 10 pounds. I have clients who have lost 20 pounds, 40 pounds, 90 pounds, all using my method. And I don't care what size you currently are. I don't care how tall you are. I don't care what your family genetics are like. I don't care what phase of menopause you're in, peri, post menopause, all the phases. And I don't care what you're diagnosed with. I know that sounds harsh, but my method works around all these things. And it's natural. There's no weird foods. There's no extra food you have to buy or anything like that. There's no counting. There's no points. There's no food logging. I make it uncomplicated. I simplify the process so it's easy for you to get on with your life without feeling restricted and without feeling like you have to put yourself in some bubble just to lose the weight. So here's what a recent client of mine had to say. So I found Nikki through her podcast. I signed up, and after our first meeting, I was still skeptical. But slowly, with coaching and training, I was starting to see how dieters' mentality had impacted my thoughts and action. Following rule number one, which is something I teach inside for my clients, was challenging at first. It's so different than anything I've ever done before. The weekly check-ins and coaching helped tremendously with mindset and getting down to the root of why I thought weight loss was impossible for me. I'm doing the work, mindset, and losing weight has become stress-free. I lost about 9 pounds in the 9 weeks I worked with Nikki and have continued to lose another 5 since our coaching sessions have ended. And I literally eat whatever I want. I don't measure food. I don't meal prep. I don't keep a log of food I've eaten throughout the day. Those 14 pounds that I've lost are never coming back, and I know I will continue to keep losing more. I'm more aware of my thoughts, feelings, and actions. I've learned and continue to learn to embrace them, whether they are positive or negative, and I do not let them derail me. Nikki gives a great workout program as well. They help me to jumpstart getting physically active again. They are highly effective and are all 30 minutes or less. I would highly recommend Nikki. I am so glad I stumbled upon her podcast, and I would highly recommend that if you take and work with her, take notes every session. I wish I had taken more notes for myself. A couple sessions, I got so involved in the conversation that I forgot. Nikki will help point out negative thoughts, feelings, and actions you might be dealing with, and together explore them. This helps to recognize them next time, which can help with derailing or spiraling of thoughts, feelings, and reactions. I have discovered that the mindset work is vital to weight loss, and she hit the head on the nail with each session we had. I guided the sessions with my struggles or questions, and she was always available for my questions and made me see through the BS in my head. If you are truly serious about losing weight and not gaining it back for the last time, right? Nikki will certainly help you get your goal. And that is from Tiffany Green. So Tiffany, thank you so much for sharing your experience and posting this on your social media page. She shared with her family and friends her experience of working with me. So I am so grateful because a lot of the clients that come in, depending on their profile, some are high profile clients, they don't necessarily share a lot. And I get that. And even if you're not a high profile client, there are some people that just want to put their weight loss journey kind of to themselves. And I totally get that. So for those of you who have shared working with me on your social medias, I want to thank you because I know that takes some guts to post. But again, thank you so much. All right. If you want to experience a similar experience that Tiffany went through, my fall group is starting very soon. If you would like details, go to weightlossforwomenover40.net/group. You can find everything that we're going to go over on that page, and you can apply at the bottom. But hurry, because we are starting very soon. All right, so let's get into the topic today before I run out of air. So you want to lose weight, try this. Okay, there is a spiritual side to losing weight. And I'm not talking about religion, but I am talking about having faith in something bigger than us, whatever that means to you. So whether you call it God, universe, inner being, source, whatever, it's something that you cannot see, but you just know something bigger is out there than us humans. And gratitude is the gateway to everything you have ever wanted. I know, a very bold statement, but I'm telling you that when I added gratitude into my days, wow, things just started to happen. And honestly, they felt like magic. I felt like I had a little magic wand and was waving it around. So I will save that part of my personal journey for a totally another podcast. But if you can wrap your head around the whole, like if you can't wrap your head around the whole magic part of gratitude, that's okay. But adding gratitude to your daily life, you're going to feel so much lighter and happier about your life. So I talked about two types of gratitude on the last episode. The last episode was called This is Holding You Back. But I want to dive into it just a little bit more. So there are two types of gratitude, right? One is when you're grateful something horrible has not happened to you. Like when you hear about someone being diagnosed with terminal disease and you feel a sense of gratitude and oh my gosh, thank you, God, that that was not me or a loved one. That is scarcity gratitude. Scarcity gratitude comes from lack, fear, and worry. Now, don't get me wrong, this can be a very strong motivator for you. If you went to the doctors right now and they said that you have 6 months to live if you don't drop 50 pounds, guess what you would be doing? Yeah, you would be doing everything in your power to lose those pounds because you don't want to die in 6 months. Money would not be an issue. Time certainly wouldn't be an issue. Like you would filter out all the things that are not essential and not important, right? And you would find a way to do it. But the problem with taking actions from scarcity is that it is not sustainable unless you intend on being stressed out for the rest of your life that you're going to be afraid that you're going to gain some weight back and potentially will die. I know I wouldn't want to live my life like that. And I'm guessing you wouldn't want to either. So the second type of gratitude comes from abundance. It comes from love and compassion and feelings like we're being taken care of because we are here. I don't like to use the word worthiness a lot because I believe that you are worthy the day you were born. You do not have to do anything to be worthy. You're worthy because you just are. So abundance gratitude is this overwhelming feeling of love, joy, and happiness that brings you to your knees in such utter gratitude of whatever it is that you're thinking about. Now, I can only describe how it feels for me, and I think everyone will kind of feel it slightly differently. But for me, it's a very intense, deep feeling of just, honestly, it's an overwhelming of happiness and love. And it literally feels like it just brings me to my knees. I feel like I want to cry. Sometimes I do cry. Um, but to me, that's when I know I'm in like full gratitude, abundant gratitude, not scarcity gratitude. So we can absolutely have gratitude for things, people, stuff that we already have or that we're already seeing. But what about gratitude for things that you cannot see? So now, if you're having trouble with feeling grateful for the unseen, I like to use this example for my clients. And this is where the whole spiritual aspect kind of comes into play. So if you are a religious person, do you believe in God, or whatever you call it? If you said yes, I want to ask you if you have actually met God. Like, did he come down and introduce himself to you and be like, hey, I'm God. It's nice to meet you. I'm going to be your guide while you're here on earth? I'm going to guess no. But you believe in God, right? You believe in the unseen. Now, you can switch out God for whatever it is that you believe in. And this is not about religion, or it's really even not about whether you believe in God. You can believe in whatever you want, but there is a level of faith of something bigger than us on this planet, right? You are believing in the not seen. You may not even be able to explain it, but you just know. So tap into this to get into the belief of that body that you want, that you cannot see physically yet. You have to believe that you can achieve this body that you want and be grateful for that body way before you see any physical changes. Yeah, I know that part sucks. You need to take a leap of faith that that body you want is yours for the taking. So most of my clients that come to work with me, they are not in full belief that they will get that body they want. This is where I hold the belief as your coach until you can own it and carry it and believe it yourself. So how can I have such certainty that they're going to get the body that they want if they're not 100% in belief and they're coming to me? Because I know without a shadow of a doubt that my method works. I have seen it work for me and I've seen it for my clients. If you apply the mindset skills that I teach you, you will lose weight and it will be permanent. So having gratitude for the body that you do not have yet. This can be tricky for you if you have spent most of your life in dieter's mentality. Now, if you're new here, dieter's mentality for me is you picking out a diet, you talking about portion control, talking about counting calories, talking about sacrifice, willpower, restriction. I have to force myself. I can't eat carbs. I can't have that donut, blah, 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 right? If your go-to is I need to find a diet to lose weight, then yes, I am talking to you right now. This will be tricky for you if you do it by yourself because you can't see when you're in dieter's mentality. You think you're doing all the right things, but your mindset is the issue, and you have to set that up first. Another thing I love is when clients come to me and they're like, I know what to do, but I'm just not doing it. No, it is the mindset that the problem is the problem. You may think you know what you need to do, but you haven't set up your mindset ahead of time in order to implement that and get it to be successful, right? Okay, so gratitude for the new body you are progressing towards. I love using this example to my clients. So imagine you're moving into a new house and you have unlimited funds to do whatever the heck you want to this house. So you bought the house, but you're not in it yet. Even though you're not in it, you can still, in your current residence, right? You're in your current residence, you haven't moved into the new house. You can still be in your current residence and figure out what furniture you want where in that new house. You can pick out the rugs. You can go to Amazon and start putting stuff in your cart. You can pick out what kind of candles you're going to light so it smells good in there. You're going to know, like, imagine how the light is going to shine in the windows when you wake up. You're going to imagine what are you going to put on your deck? How are you going to decorate the outside of the house for holidays? Where are you going to put the Christmas tree? Where are you going to put the couch? Where are you going to put the TV? Like, you can spend time imagining where you're going to put all this stuff, even when you haven't moved in. So this is a lot like envisioning that new body that you want to live in. There is no limit to what you can imagine. What stops you is the thought, yeah, but I can't do that, or I can't get that, or that's going to be too hard. Now, if you are like, yeah, but that oven in the new house, that doesn't work properly and it's kind of ugly, what would you think then? Maybe that you'd replace the oven or shine it up. Keep in mind, it's your dream home, it's your dream body. Don't hold back. What do you really want? And here's the kicker. A lot of times you stifle your dream and then you don't realize that you could actually are capable of doing much more. So don't hold back. I want you to dream big. I want you to pick the body that you want. Figure out what does it look like when you're in that new body. So once you figure out what that new body of yours looks like and feels like, now we go into gratitude. Being grateful for whatever you conjured up in your mind, even if you're not 100% sure you can get your body there. So I have another bonus workbook for you guys that complements this episode. If you have been listening to me for the last two, I have also given workbooks for the last two episodes as well, so you can grab them as also. But inside this current workbook for this episode, you're going to learn my gratitude wedge, which really opens up your subconscious to what you want, and it's really fun to do. I also have some gratitude prompts in there that you can use to help really dive a little bit deeper into abundance and gratitude. So you can grab that workbook at weightlossforwomenover40.net/gratitude, all in lower caps. And I would love to hear feedback from your experience on these workbooks. So if you want to go follow me on Instagram, my Instagram handle is at weight loss for women over 40, 40. You will find me there. Send me a message. Let me know how you do. If you can hear my dog and barking in the background, my apologies. You know I don't edit these things. So I hope you will grab that. Remember, the fall group is starting very soon. Get your spot in because this is the last one we're doing this year. Again, clients, the goal is 10 pounds, but what I'm seeing is clients are losing anywhere from 10 to 17 pounds, right? And they're not just losing and then stopping. It's not like your typical 12-week program where 12 weeks you're done, you've lost it, and now you're getting it back. I teach you how to lose those 10 pounds so you can continue on until you get to that dream body that you want. All right. If you want more information on that, again, go to weightlossforwomenover40.net/group. That is all for me today. Have a beautiful day, and I will talk to you soon.